What's up? This is the third episode of Congratulations. We did it. This is the first official. This is the, in history, this is the first third episode of Congratulations in history. And that's amazing. We did it. And these episodes are motherfucking coming out every week as long as, people continue to... That's what I actually want you to do. If you would, screenshot this right now and put it on your Instagram and say, I'm listening to Chris D'Elia's new podcast, and tell people to listen to it, or tweet it right now. Get on your phone. You're on your phone because you're listening to it, and then just switch out of the app and go to the Twitter one and tell people to... And link it too. You know what I mean? Help a motherfucker out. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this until... the wheels fall off. Like, I'm going to do this until the wheels fall off. And this is what I mean by the wheels falling off. If people stop listening, if we don't, because right now, I think right now we're number 6 in comedy, which is awesome. And it was number 2. And that's fine. Of course, it's going to taper off because, the curiosity factor is like, oh, what's this new podcast? And it goes down a little bit. But, let's keep riding that fucking wave because you guys deserve some congratulations. So, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back in town. I went to Atlanta this past week. I was there for 2 nights. Atlanta, 100%. I love it because it's the most Atlanta place of all time. Atlanta's a place where you literally will see, like, if you're not in a room, every other room has a black guy in it with a fucking red suit or something like that. Like I was at Starbucks and I literally saw a black dude in a purple suit. And the thing was, it wasn't like he was showing up to Starbucks to get a coffee to go somewhere where he needed to have the purple suit. He had the purple suit. That was his Starbucks suit. He was there. He put the suit on, no doubt, to go to Starbucks to fucking have this meeting. That shit is amazing because the amazing part is he was not a king of comedy, all right? He wasn't fucking D.L. Hewley or Cedric the Entertainer. He was just some guy that was at Starbucks that was like, this is what I wear, which is amazing. The outfits you see in Atlanta are shit that is like, it's like the Lollipop Guild is what it is. It's amazing. Dude, I got off, this wasn't this time in Atlanta, but the last time I got off an elevator in Atlanta, the elevator opened up and this girl had the biggest ass. I couldn't even fucking believe it. It was enormous. And she wasn't fat. It wasn't like, she has a big ass because her body's big. She had like a back, like a trunk, dude. It was amazing, dude. She had a trunk. She didn't have an ass. She had a trunk that you need keys to, and you open it up and you put shit in there like a duffel bag. That's what she had. Like, you could literally, I wanted to tap her on the shoulder and be like, excuse me, ma'am, I can't. And she'd be like, yes. And I say, I can't find my duffel bag. Can I check your trunk? And she wouldn't have looked at me weird. She would have just turned around and offered her ass. That's honestly how much. That's how much her ass was a trunk. And that's some Atlanta shit, dude. That's some fucking Atlanta shit. That was amazing. I couldn't believe it, dude. And dude, the asses in Atlanta are I'm not even trying to be sexual about it. I'm not saying like, hot damn, I'm just saying it's a fact. You can literally set up your fucking laptop on, fuck that. You could put a desktop on it and have just put the modem or whatever like next to her leg and set up a coffee cup and literally not have to use one of those tables at Starbucks and have that meeting with that black guy in the purple suit. I mean, unbelievable. So Atlanta, but besides that, Atlanta was great. I had 2 shows. I had to throw one guy out. Actually, I didn't even throw the guy out. The first time I got on stage. As soon as I got on stage, this dude was trying to recite my shit from my last special, Incorrigible. And it was just so annoying. And I was like, yo, bro, you got to be quiet. You got to shut the fuck up. And then when security went over to go talk to him about it, he was like bobbing and weaving like he got knocked the fuck out. Like he was so drunk. He was so fucking drunk, dude. And then they kicked him out. This is my favorite, when they kick somebody out and nobody else goes with them. Because either they showed up alone drunk, which is sad, or they fucking nobody, like, the people that were with him were like, well, fuck him. He's on his own. I want to see Chris D'Elia or whatever fucking concert you're at. That's hilarious. To be like, yeah, he's my friend, but fucking he ruined it. Which is how I think people should be. But yeah, so it was a young guy. I feel kind of bad because he probably woke up. He probably, and here's the thing too, in the lobby afterwards, he was like, oh, I don't understand why I got kicked out. I was just laughing. No, you weren't. Nah, you're reciting my other shit, which makes no sense now. Let me do my new shit. But the Atlanta shows were good. The crowds are awesome in Atlanta. They're really great, man. I was at that center stage or center theater. I forget what it's called. I was going to shoot my special there almost, but I did not because the stage was too high. I wanted to do a little bit more of an intimate thing. So I'm going to Vancouver to do it. And it's sold out, I think. So you can't get tickets anymore. But I am setting up dates everywhere else. So anyway, I did the Atlanta show, and now I'm back in LA, and I'm excited about this podcast. I'm excited about being here. I'm excited about being able to do this every week. And people are like, hey, you should get this guy on or that guy on as a guest. I'm not going to do guests, and I'm not saying I'm never going to do guests, but I'm just going to do it me until I'm just like so tired of fucking talking. That might be next week, and maybe you'll see somebody come on the podcast, but I I don't want to be interrupted. This is what it is. And if you don't like it, that's fine. A lot of people don't like my shit. I love how it reminds me of this week which the Grammys came, which I didn't even watch, but Lil Yachty wore that, he looked terrible. I mean, here's the deal, man. And I posted the picture of Lil Yachty. If you don't know what he put in his mouth, he had like these like now and later colored, multicolored, it looked like the gay pride. Each tooth was a different color. And he had those red dreads that looked like a fucking, a red tarantula fucking passed out on his head. It was ugly as shit. And I tweeted about how this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. And here's the thing. People were like, oh, you're hating. Don't hate. Let him do what he wants. Yo, he could do what he wants. But you're telling me that he put those fucking things in his teeth and those dreads, those red, neon red fucking things on his head. You're telling me he did that to look handsome? You're telling me that he did that so somebody would be like, oh, wow, he looks handsome? No, he was on purpose trying to look ugly. That's it. I'm not hating. I'm agreeing with him. Good job. You did it. You have a freedom of expression, and you did it. It looks like a glowworm is in your mouth. Congratulations. It looks like a fucking starfish passed out on your fucking head, and you have the KFC fucking bow tie. You did it. You're not saying, oh yeah, I want to look handsome. You're saying I want to look ridiculous. And that in turn looks horrible. And that's fine. But don't say I'm talking shit. If I fucking walk around with a dick on my forehead, like a molded dick, and a fucking star, just like some fucking cutout star on my nose, I'm talking shit about myself if I do that without even saying anything. It looks bad. That's fine. Because that's the thing. There are opinions that are opinions, and then there are opinions that are facts. If you walk around with a dick on your forehead, it's ugly. Sorry, but it is. I'm not sorry, but it is. If you walk around and it looks like fucking Rainbow Bright took a shit in your mouth, it looks bad. Okay, so CeeLo showed up, looked like fucking C-3PO, before he did the Atkins diet. He looked like a fucking, I mean, he looked, it wasn't even ugly. It was just, this was beyond words. But what the fuck, man? Hey, make music. And CeeLo's talented as shit. I don't know Lil Yachty's music, really. But CeeLo's talented. So just stick with that, bro. Why do you have to show up looking like the thing you're trying to win? He was gold as fuck and looked like he was about to fight the Power Rangers. Yo, make a song, dude. Hey, man, make a fucking song. Oh, dude, you dressed like that? Oh, that doesn't matter. Make 3 songs. Dude, it's so annoying. He didn't even have a mask on like that you would buy in a Halloween, like a Halloween thing. He like with the strap in the back. This fucking thing was like done by like the Mission Impossible, or no, not even like the fucking Lemony Snicket's fucking costume, or what do you call it? The fucking makeup team, where it was like the one that made Jim Carrey bald with the fucking hook nose, or whatever the fuck. He was like, CeeLo was like, I got to get the Lemony Snicket's. I got to get the Lemony Snicket's fucking crack team because I've got an idea. And they said, what is your idea, CeeLo? And they were like, just fucking hang out in this room. I'll be right back. And then he came out looking like he was going to blast off into outer space, which is the only reason why you should look like that. Hey, dude, if you're going to dress like that, fine. But after the Grammys, blast off into the fucking outer space. No. C3P, no. C, no. CeeLo? C, no. Make fucking 3 songs. Unbelievable, man. And then people said I was being racist because I was saying Lil Yachty was being ridiculous. Huh? Yo, real quick, got a question. Huh? What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? Dude, I don't give a fuck if the guy's white or Asian or any... I don't give a fuck. Dude, if you show up like that, you look ugly. It's it. It's bottom line. My hands are tied. My hands are tied now. Go to lunch. That's what I say. De Niro did this fucking line. Greatest line in fucking cinematic history in this movie Copland. And De Niro is mad at some dude and he just says, my hands are tied now. Go to lunch. That's what I say now every time I fucking mean something. By the way, it's less echoey in here. We did the fucking... We put up this... We got this gaffer tape and we put the what do you call it? The foam shit up and it's falling down, dude. It's like the end of that fucking movie, the gods of Egypt, when they're fighting each other. And you got Gerard Butler fighting that fucking blonde dude from not Lord of the Rings, the fucking Winter is Coming show, and everything's falling. Except it's way less cool because no gods of Egypt are fighting, and it's just me and my producer in a fucking small room in a podcast with a bunch of fucking foam squares falling down. But I like to think it's like gods of Egypt. It's less ridiculous than Gods of Egypt. That's a plane movie, by the way. Yeah. Oh, by the way, fucking that's where CeeLo needed to be with that outfit on, is Gods of Egypt. So the Grammys happened. I didn't watch it, and then Beyonce performed "Pregnant," which is pretty fucking awesome, actually. I know I joke around about a lot of stuff, but I saw like a GIF of it, or a GIF, however you pronounce it, and I saw it, and it's pretty crazy. She did that with twins. That's pretty insane. Yeah, that was pretty fucking insane. And so the Grammys, and then the fucking, and that happened. Yeah, but people lit me up, man, for making fun of. I mean, a lot of people like it, but people lit me up. No matter what you do, people light you the fuck up, man. If you have a following, people light you the fuck up. I'm just trying to fucking get mine, dude. I'm just trying to do what I do and do comedy. You don't think it's funny? Hey, man, move on. Go follow fucking John Legend or something, right? I mean, he's good. I like John Legend. He's talented as shit. Go look at his stuff. You don't think I'm funny? Go fucking follow, Jeremy Renner. He's got some good shit up there. Some fucking cool, he looks cool in his fucking sunglasses and he walks dope. Good. Go follow him. I love, my favorite thing though is on Instagram is the people who sing. Is the people who fucking seriously sing. Not people who sing who do that, but people who don't sing but decide to do that. It's so funny, man. It's so funny when all of a sudden you follow somebody and then all of a sudden they put up a post and they're like, I can't help falling in love. And you're like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, man, what are you doing, dude? It's usually, well, no, I don't want to say it's usually. It's either of some fucking punk 14-year-old kid with hair that looks like he's in Jimmy Neutron, or a 30-year-old woman who feels like, and I'm not saying that this is true because I think 30-year-old women are hot as shit, but who feels like that they got to do something else now that they can't pose on a rock anymore or near a motorcycle. They're like, oh shit, can't fucking pose on a motorcycle anymore. Here we go. Doop. I can't help. And then they post it up and they only post like their mouth singing, because they didn't do makeup that day or some shit. I love that. It's so funny like that. Like, there's this thing that goes on in stand-up comedy too, where like a woman turns 30 and they're like, oh shit, got to do stand-up comedy now. Like guys are starting to stop paying attention to me because there's like 21-year-old girls that they'll pay attention to. So now I will literally stand on stage so they will be looking at me. And by the way, nobody ever said I was funny. I'll just go up and be funny. What? This is a travesty, dude. This is why social media is a travesty. I love social media. I'm going to do what the fuck I do. But this is why, because people will just be like, oh shit, I'm a singer now. I can't help. No, pose on a rock. Pose on a rock. Or fucking do, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying dudes don't do it. Dudes do it too. I guess. I don't know. For dudes, it's I don't know. I feel like dudes are not really like, hey, I'm 30, I'm going to be a singer now. But dudes are more like, oh God, I don't know what the version of it for a dude is. It's all weird though, man. It's this weird, fucking sad kind of social media presence. Find out what you do and do it well, I don't know. I don't know though, people suck at their fucking job. And that's, on one hand, it's like, do I want to be mad at them for not doing their job right? Or, I don't know. Or is it is it them thinking, I just got to get a job. I got to fucking make money. I'm not talking about the singing thing on Instagram, but like, a guy who's going to fucking, a technician or a plumber that comes in, I guess to be passionate about plumbing is not something that is really, that's usually done. They're just like, I needed a job. I fucking fell into it. Oh, there goes another fucking, Gods of Egypt fucking thing fell. But yeah, so I don't know. People don't want to get real jobs, so they just fucking sing on Instagram. More power to you, to the people who really try to do shit and fucking make a clothing line or design some jewelry or start a fucking podcast or whatever the fuck you're trying to do. No. I take that podcast thing back. No, sorry. Don't start a podcast. Don't start a podcast with your friends. Don't do that. Save us. Don't start a fucking podcast with your friends, dude. Don't do that. Just figure it out in a different way. Go back to school. If you're going to sing on Instagram, go back to school. If you're 30 and you're going to sing on Instagram, go get a degree. But I don't know. What the fuck do I know? We live in Hollywood, though. That's what's going to happen. You live in Hollywood, that's what's going to happen, dude. These billboards have been popping around with the YouTube Red shit, though. Imagine watching something on YouTube Red. Imagine getting home from a day of work, working hard, sweating, or dealing with a bunch of clients, annoying as shit. You didn't want to do that. You know, and you're like, I just want to fucking unwind. You don't have a family, or maybe you do, you got a girl, and you go home and you heat up the chicken that's in your fridge, and then you turn on YouTube Red. Imagine that. Bro, what are the fucking shows that they have? Every show on YouTube Red should be called Zoinks. That should be every show on YouTube Red. Every show on YouTube Red is called Zoinks. I don't give a shit if it's not. It is. Look them up. Look up the shows. Everybody on the fucking posters is making this face. Zoinks. Dude, come on, man. Dude, what's happening? What's happening, dude? See, that's what's happening. You see these things and you think, well, I have a YouTube account. I'm going to sing. That's what happens. You see the fucking YouTube Red shit. The show's called Zoinks. And you're like, oh, that's like a step away from me. But it's not, dude. Dude, this YouTube Red shit. I don't know, man. You have to subscribe to it. Everybody wants you to subscribe to their fucking shit, dude. Have I talked about this yet? It's been 2 episodes. I feel like I'm fucking already backtracking. Dude, hey, if I want a fucking massage, I don't want to have to subscribe to some shit. You know what I'm talking about? If I want to buy pants, I don't want to have to then get an email from Saks Fifth Avenue every 5 hours. I think I talked about it. LinkedIn. What the fuck is LinkedIn? I gotta get an email from LinkedIn. I haven't even signed up for LinkedIn. I'm a comedian. What the fuck do I need people in my social network for on LinkedIn? Nah, come on, man. Stop emailing me, dude. I woke up today, I had 42 emails. 2 of them were important. Other ones were like from fucking PayPal. Let me look at, no, I deleted a lot of them. PayPal, fucking some iPick movie shit. Saks Fifth Avenue, there's one. Redfin. Come on, man. Amazon, fine. Travelocity, what the fuck is that? Never signed up for Travelocity. What's going on, man? I gotta get a new email. I gotta get a new fucking email, dude. Hey, Amazon, stop suggesting shit to me. Amazon suggests fucking 12 bundle of chapstick. What the fuck? Dude, if I bought a 12 bundle of chapstick on Amazon, drown me. And then throw a fucking plugged in toaster. Dude, I'm going to go to Amazon if I need to go to fucking Amazon, okay? I'm going to go to Amazon if I need some equipment or some shit or some swimmies. You know what I mean? But fucking don't send me a link to, hey, here's a 12-pack to chapstick on Amazon. I can go to the gas station. There's always a gas station down the block. This YouTube Red, man. These billboards are out of control. They're popping up everywhere, dude. Never seen that show Billions. But that fucking billboard is the most serious billboard of all time. They should call that show Cancer. And I'm not saying it's a bad show. It's probably an amazing show. That dude with the red hair and red body is in it, and fucking the guy from the Claire Danes show, right? Isn't it? That's that guy, right? From I never know the names of shit. Damian Lewis. He's from Homeland, right? He was on that, and now he's on fucking Billions. Billions is, what's it about? Two guys in like a building or something? Paul Giamatti's amazing. Paul Giamatti's fucking awesome, dude. But that fucking billboard, hey man, have some levity in that billboard, dude. You know what they need on that billboard on Billions? You know what they need. They need a guy from YouTube Red in the back with the fucking Zoinks face. That's what they need. I mean, they're literally, there's one where they're facing off. It's not Gods of Egypt. It's Billions. There's these guys in business, right? And they're fighting over who's making money. I don't know what the fuck, but they're staring at each other like each of them murdered their child. Like Paul Giamatti murdered Damian Lewis's child, and Damian Lewis murdered Paul Giamatti's child. And now they're facing off like it's fucking UFC 387. It's probably an amazing show, dude. But like if you're fighting zombies, have that, right? But these guys are just like, it's Billions. I don't even know. I don't know. But what the fuck do I know? Look, I'm an idiot. I'm just telling you how I feel and what I've seen. Everyone's so fucking serious about everything, man. Everyone's so fucking serious about everything. And then you make fun of something, and then they take it seriously. They get you mad. They get mad. I want a world where you can just, you know what I want a world? I want a world where if fucking two dudes drive by in a convertible, and no, not even, I'll say more than two, three dudes. They got two dudes in the front, two dudes in the back in a convertible. And I've seen that. I've literally witnessed that with my own eyes. I've seen two dudes in the front of a convertible and then two dudes in the back. Four dudes total in one convertible driving down with the top down. I've seen that with my own human eyes. I want a world where we live in where when that happens, everyone else who's not in that convertible laughs at them, and then everyone in that convertible understands why. That's the world I want to live in, dude. Where it's okay to laugh at those motherfuckers, and we understand why. Because pretty soon we're going to have a fucking support group against that shit. We're going to have the, four guys can be in this convertible if they want to. And we're proud of them if they want to. We're proud of them if that's what they're doing. We made a fucking MySpace group against it in favor of the four guys in a convertible. No, are you, dude? If you had a convertible and there were three dudes and they were like, "Hey, Chris, jump in." No, I can't imagine the amount of money you'd have to get me to do that shit. There's a price, but I think it's $20,000. You can't. Dude, and then even if I was, you say, okay, here's the check, so I hop in. I expect everyone to laugh at me. If not everyone's laughing at me, fuck them. Fuck them. Right in their fucking closed car assholes. Laugh, motherfuckers. That's horrible. Imagine Lil Yachty and CeeLo and fucking the two dudes from Billions in one convertible. That's the funniest thing I could ever imagine. And the two dudes in Billions are looking at each other so goddamn serious. The funniest thing I could ever imagine. We need a world like that, okay? To whereas if someone's going to say, hey, what the fuck does the future is female mean, man? What does that mean? It's okay to ask that, right? Because it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like if I were to stop somebody who wore a shirt that said future is female and say, yo, what the fuck's that mean? Future doesn't have a dick and balls or pussy. Can't be female or male. That I would be the asshole. I would be the asshole. Me. For asking that question. I don't like coined shit, you know? I don't like shit that everyone gets behind either. I don't even like that. I don't like when everyone gets behind some shit. That bothers me, dude. It bothers me. Beyonce is the most talented fucking person. It bothers me how everyone just jumps on the fucking thing and is like, oh, fuck. She's amazing. Dude, if I tweeted Beyonce sucked, which I don't think, if I did that, I don't think I'm famous enough, but there's people that are famous enough that if they did that, it would be news. It would be a fucking hate crime if you said that. Nah. The future's not female. You know why? Because it's the future. That's why. Doesn't have a dick and balls or pussy. Don't assign genders to things that are intangible. Don't do that. What's a cloud? Is a cloud male or female? Yeah. I can't. I don't know, man. I'm drinking soda water. I used to hate it because it like confused the shit out of me. Because when I was young, I would drink Coke and Pepsi and shit, and then my dad would drink soda water, and I would drink the soda water, and I would be like, "What the fuck? It has the absence of flavor." And I would just drink water, but nah, I taught myself to like it, bro. I taught myself to like it because I don't want to get fucking cancer. Because you get that when you drink Pepsi and Coke. So now I drink fucking Perrier, man, because you got to do that, because that's what you got to look out for, the fucking. Because the future is female, man, and you got to fucking do that shit. Imagine, what does that mean? I want to know what that means. Like that. Mean what you mean, you know what I mean? Just say what you mean and mean what you mean, dude. They call fucking Lil Yachty boat. Somebody said, look what boat showed up in. Bro. Oh, God, man. And like seriously said it. Look what boat showed up in. If you say, look what boat showed up in, when I look, I want to see a goddamn boat. You know? Unbelievable. YouTube Red. Somebody make a show on YouTube Red, call it Zoinks. I tell you what, man, it's a half an hour in. I already feel like I'm out of shit to fucking do. People are like, people say that they didn't, well, I mean, a lot of people like the podcast, which I'm happy about, but some people were like, yo, bro, you're just talking. That's what a fucking podcast is. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to have guests until I need to, I feel like. And then I'm going to get like astronauts on here. And like, well, I mean, not that they would do it, but I'm going to try get them on there and just fucking like ask them all sorts of shit about outer space and ask them why, what the fuck they're doing, dude, and what they do every day. And I want to ask astronauts what they think about dudes who fucking are in convertibles with four dudes. I want to get the normal man, the working man, the guy that works at Crate and Barrel. I want to ask him in Iowa. That's what I want. So, yeah. I'm looking around this room, and there's literally half of the fucking little panels are up. It looks horrible. There's just tape on the wall. Oh, so by the way, I watched this shit a little bit last night. This on Netflix, the Life on the Road with David Brent. This shit fucking killed me, dude. First of all, The Office, the British Office, is my favorite show of all time, hands down. Like, you're talking comedy, you're talking drama. This is my favorite show. It's so fucking funny. And this thing came out, and I guess it's like, fuck, it's probably like 15 years later. Not quite, but and it's a follow-up, and it's about how the character David Brent is trying to come up with trying to go on tour now in a band and live his dream. Dude, about 30 minutes in, I was laughing already, but about 30 minutes in, it really started getting to me, and I just started laughing, and I just didn't fucking stop, dude. This fucking movie is so funny. The character that this guy does is just incredible. Dude, every ounce and fucking percentage of this character that he made is so funny and so real and so, everybody kind of knows a version of a guy like that. It's pretty amped up, but it's just still grounded and it's just so funny, man. It's so funny. You have to watch it. This guy is so funny. And if you haven't seen The British Office, watch that too. God damn, this movie is so funny. I was rolling in my bed laughing. Rolling around laughing. like a fucking idiot, just giggling. And I'm so fucking sore I'm so fucking sore from working out. By the way, well, I work out now, and I've done it for months, and I'm trying to get in shape, or just be healthy really and keep moving because I'm 36. But how do you do it? I'm always in pain. I'm not talking about sore. Like I'll fucking pull my back, or like that'll get better, and then my shoulder, and then that'll get better, and then like it's my foot or some shit. Is that just going to happen the rest of my life? Are you always training? Something has to hurt you? I'm not doing fucking MMA. I'm jumping up and down on a fucking half ball. I'm pulling bands. How is this happening? I think honestly, I just got the fucking short end of the stick when it came to running around. God was like, you can be, you can have long hair, but we're gonna pull your back whenever you try to move. I think that's what it was, dude. I feel like a fucking asshole, man. I used to do jiu-jitsu for fucking 6 years. I felt fine. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. By the way, I asked you guys to ask me questions and use the hashtag #CongratulationsPod. Hey guys, get with the program, man. You fucking asked me. There was one good question. One. I'll answer it now. Somebody asked me if what the sketchiest show I ever did was, and it's probably the one I talked about in Incorrigible, where the lady attacked me. If you haven't watched Incorrigible, watch it. That bit is like the first bit I do, so you don't have to watch the whole thing, but watch the whole fucking thing. And this lady I called, she had like really crazy frizzy hair, and I said, and she was like heckling or something, and she said something, and then I called her Blanca, because remember the Street Fighter 2 thing with the frizzy hair, and then she attacked me like Blanca. But she came up and grabbed the microphone, and it fucking hit my mouth and shit. And I just kind of sat down because, she was a woman, and I don't know. But I was deep in the valley, man. They got these crazy open mics, man. I don't know if they do anymore. I'm sure they do. But there used to be a website, I don't know if there still is, called Chuckle, something, and it would show the open mics all around. I remember how I felt, dude, when I would look up this shit in my old apartment, and I'd be like, oh, there's an open mic there. Oh man, maybe I could go to this one. Maybe I could go to fucking, Moe's Cafe or whatever the fuck it was, and I would go there, and goddamn, the feeling I have, like the nostalgia I have about that it's just so crazy, man, to think about that. To think about starting some shit like that is just insane. And the rooms I had to play. I remember I drove out once. It was like 2 hours away. I drove out with a guy that was doing stand-up at the time, who his name was Phil Varone, and he's a good guy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he used to play the guitar for Skid Row, I think. I think it was Skid Row, but he was a buddy of mine, and we drove out to some place in the middle of nowhere. It was like past, I don't even know where it was, man, but we got there and there was a show, and I did about 10 minutes, and we drove back 2 hours. That's, I made like, I don't even know, maybe $50, but it's so fucking crazy to think that shit. See, that's the thing, dude. A lot of people do stand-up. I was talking about these people who turn 30 and they're just like, oh, I want to do stand-up now, but they only want to do shows at the Comedy Store. But you gotta go through the trenches, man. On stand-up, you gotta fucking fail so hard. And I performed for one person before. Literally. Like it was some rich queen that ordered me. But it wasn't. It was at some fucking shit some spot. And they were like, the show's still going. Go ahead. And I went and I just fucking performed for one woman in a jean jacket. And I was just like talking to her, I guess, kind of. And then one time I went to the Comedy Store. This was before I was like on TV and shit. And I would just go late sometimes, like at 1 a.m. to hope I would get on. And I got there at like midnight. And they were like, hey, nobody's here. You want to go on? And I was like, fuck yeah. And they were like, okay, there's 2 people in the audience. And I was like, shit. Well, whatever. I'll still go up. And they literally were like, they'd said one of them is Dr. Dre. And I said, nah, I don't want to go up because I don't want to look like an asshole in front of Dr. Dre. So I said, nah, I think I'll skip it. It was the first time I like said no to a spot. And the host at the time was like, Don Barris. At the time, he was like, hey, dude, I know why you don't want to go up because who's in the audience, but this is what you do. You're a fucking comedian, and you go up. And I was like, you're right. I'll do it. I'll do it. And I went up, and I went up, and I performed for Dr. Dre and another dude. And they were the only people in the audience. And I just talked to Dr. Dre while I was on stage. And I did crowd work because you can't, what am I going to go up and be like, isn't it funny how, and Dr. Dre's going to be like, yeah, no. So I just was like, hey, what's up, dude? Like, he was in the back, by the way, all the way in the back. So it wasn't even like he was in front of me. Couldn't even see him. It's dark as shit, the Comedy Store. And I was making fun I was talking to Dr. Dre, and then he started heckling me a little bit, lightly heckling me just because I was talking to him. He wasn't even being disrespectful. But then I was like, I remember the one thing I said was like, oh, I can't believe how fucking Dr. Dre you're getting on me. And then I started like making fun of him. And he was laughing a little bit, I think, from what I remember, unless that's my ego candy coating it. But I think he was. And then afterwards, I got off stage. And when I got off stage, another guy got on stage. And Dr. Dre left after I was on. And then I was out on the patio, and people were like, oh, you just performed with Dr. Dre? That's crazy. Like other peers and comedians and shit. And then Dr. Dre walks out, and he walks past everybody. And I was like, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? And Dr. Dre is like, no, he's waving him off. And I was like, shit, man, I would love to get a picture with Dr. Dre. I wonder if he would get a picture with me because like he like saw me perform, and like, not that he gives a shit, but like, maybe he would like at least feel something about that. So he walked out of the Comedy Store, and I was like, it was the make or break time where it was going to be too late to ask him because he was already leaving. He was outside, walking away, already told a bunch of people no. And it was like in this cinematic moment in my life, I don't think I'll ever forget it. I just screamed out, hey, Dre, like I know him. And then in my memory, he stopped, and like there was a beat where like, in his head, he went, oh, I know who the fuck that must be, even though he didn't. In my head, that's how like the beat was, because it was like a pregnant fucking pause that it probably imagined because it was so dramatic for me to do it. And he pivoted around like Tony Gwynn taking that step, fucking knocking that ball out of the park, dude. Squashing the bug. Saw me, and then I said, in the probably what was the most insecure bitch way possible, you think I could get a pic? And then another beat, and he just fucking saunters over in that fucking Dr. Dre gate, and then just walks over, and I get the phone ready, and and he was like, yeah, man. And I walked, and I put my arm around him or whatever, I think I did, and then I took a picture. Somebody took a picture for me. I don't remember who. And then I said, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. And then he walked away. And I was like, that's so cool that, like, he definitely only did that because I was performing. And I don't know. In my head, it was like, oh, yeah, okay, he respects the performer. Because the other people that were asking were just people there that he didn't, not that he knew who I was, but he did after that. Because he was like, okay, that's the comedian, yeah. And it felt fucking cool that he respected it. And that shit fucking... Yeah, I don't know, man. I think about that sometimes, and I think about how like it's cool to do that. And like, I mean, dude, people don't forget that shit. So I never forgot that shit. So yeah, so that's what's up. But that was cool as shit. It was funny though that happened. I'm really anyway. Moral of the story is I'm really fucking happy that I performed for him. I did it. I would have regretted it, dude. I would have fucking regretted it, man. That's your fucking inspiration for the day, dude. Is just do it, right? That's why Nike's so successful, part of the reason. Dude, just do it, man. I went up there and I did it. I made my legs move up onto the stage. That's what I did. I literally thought, if I could just make my legs move and walk, if I just move the fucking legs to get up on the stage, then I'll be on stage and then I have to talk. So, yeah. And I wore the dumbest shirt that day, and now I have that picture and I have the fucking dumbest shirt on with a sweat pit stains because I was so nervous. I was 27, I think. 28. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's up. That's what it's going to be, man. It's 45 minutes. I did it. I'm going to come with more shit to talk about next time. But these come out Monday night silently, and then I'll fucking tweet about it and subscribe to it, though, so you could get it when you get it. And then Tuesday it'll be there for your commute or whatever the fuck, or you want to listen to it at work. And so this was episode 3 of Congratulations. You can tweet me or ask me questions. Congratulations Pod is the hashtag. Subscribe to it on iTunes and rate and review it. That would be great. It would be helpful. And tell people you listen to it, man. And try to spread this out. Because, bro, if this fucking thing crashes and burns, there's going to be the hardcore listeners that are going to listen to it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So you got to fucking help me out and help you out by fucking getting this shit out there, man. Or otherwise, I won't give a shit. But I do like how, it's fun. But so rate and review it on iTunes and post about it and get the word out there if you give a shit. If you don't want it, don't do it. I mean, I'm not fucking, But yeah, so that's it. And then what else do I need to say? I got tour dates coming up. Crystalia.com. I'm going to be in Raleigh, Virginia Beach, Australia, Tempe. I got all these dates coming up and more being added. And definitely don't ask me when I'm going to be coming to wherever because it's all up in my fucking website. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening. And remember, man, the future's the future. Bye. Motherfucking